What's up, everybody? Good to see you guys in tonight. We are flying solo for the evening. Unfortunately, Mr. Sachimo is not doing too well. He's down and out with fever. Um, but always a pleasure to have you guys in. If anybody wants to pop on and join in, I can share out the link. You guys can pop on. We can chat a little bit, get things rocking and rolling. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time for you guys to get in here. That way we can kind of get the ball rolling. I know it's Memorial Day. A lot of people are out doing things and kind of family time and celebrating those lives of those who served this great nation. If anybody has any ideas for like what maybe we can talk about this evening, that'd be great too. Hit up the comment section, let us know. We can definitely kind of work something out for sure. And yeah, so guys, without further ado, we're gonna do our weekly update and get the ball rolling. So over here at the Void House, we are kind of just patiently waiting more than anything. We got some potential a potential clutch coming. The pairing was what was told to me a Blackhead Mojave, and it's definitely a Who's Your Daddy clutch because she was paired to two different males. And I'm still kind of waiting around. She's definitely sidewalling really hard, and she just shed about. We're coming up on I think day 10 from her last shed cycle. So we're counting down the days, and I'm checking her every day just to kind of keep up on it and waiting for it. Um, we'll see. We'll see. What's up, Duval? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Carl, unfortunately, will not be on tonight. He is not doing too well. Kind of sick. Said he's down and out with a fever, but it happens. I was definitely suffering last week myself. Had a little sinus thing going on, so I think his is a little bit more intense. Putting him down and out with a fever and some other congestion and some other things. And he definitely had a big project going on over the weekend. At least that's what I rumor had it. He was doing a bathroom renovation that kind of really took a toll on him and everything. So we wish him well. We hope he gets better soon. Mainly just hoping that all comes about. But yeah, if anybody wants to pop on, just let me know. I'll shoot you the link, and we can work something out for sure. Um, but overall, other than that clutch that I'm waiting on, no new snakes. A couple new projects that I will be working on. Hopefully, I got some new tubs that I'd like to give a shot to on possibly building a rat rack for. I went with a stainless steel option. So, believe it or not, these are like cat litter tubs, is what they make them for. But overall, guys, I don't think it'd be a bad idea. Put about an inch of bedding in there, and mainly because of the watering system, I was trying to shoot for something that can have a spigot and still have clearance. Um, you know, here so that I don't have to drill it in so low. That way the rats, insects, mice, everything, they don't pack the bedding into the water spigot because that has been a notorious reason why they flood the tubs for me, and I was not trying to suffer in that light. So, um, but yeah, cool. So yeah, that's the new update as far as what all I have going on over here at the Void Century House, and anybody else that pops in. I know I kind of last minute kind of dumped it on everybody, so I'm sure everybody's kind of busy and celebrating. I think we'll probably maybe run a short night tonight. I didn't want to skip a week, mainly just for the sake of still having that luxury of telling everybody we've been running strong for almost a solid year. No missed Mondays, so fingers crossed. We can kind of get everything working and rocking and rolling. G Paul, if you want to pop on, that stream key is still the same. Um, hop on in and we'll get you on here. I'm actually operating from the driver's seat today, which is the other thing that's kind of crazy wild. Um, Never would have expected that I would have been able to pop in and do that. Thankfully, we kind of share all that information. Oh, there's Mrs. G. Paul. All right. Yeah, we'll show that. It's good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it for sure. Definitely. Um, I know it's definitely been a ah. Fair enough. Fair enough, G. Paul. I understand. You're good. You're good. I appreciate it anyway. I appreciate the offer, for sure. But we, what are their updates? What are their new things? A little bit of. I'm really hoping Carl gets to feeling better. Mainly because this coming up weekend, we actually got some pretty cool news. Um, we're going to be interviewing the hosts of our new local reptile show. So I did confirm with them that they are still good to go for that day. Fingers crossed, Carl gets feeling better, so that way we can kind of pop in and keep that locked in. We're not going to do it from a live setting. We're going to do a pre-record. So that's kind of why I was still hopeful for today to happen, mainly so that people can kind of throw out some ideas for some questions for us, maybe give us some input on things that they may ask, on top of us coming up with our own questions and everything, to ask them, and that way we can do a full on interview process and it be upped in production just a little bit. Hopefully everything goes well. I did get all of my new video equipment in, so that'll be interesting for the sake of like interviews and kind of one-on-ones and things like that. So we'll have a lot. We'll hopefully if everything goes well, we'll have some of that content coming for you guys in the future. And it'll be streamed across all of our platforms. Well, posted to all of our platforms. I won't say streamed across. That'd be for live sake. But yeah, posted across all of our platforms, and we'll kind of build and go from there. But yeah, I'm gonna hop over on Instagram, and see who we got tuned in. Looks like over on Instagram, I got one viewer, DLZ Exotics. Good to see you. If you don't mind popping over onto YouTube and tuning in, it's under the Breeding Grounds Live on YouTube. If you search that into your browser, you'll find us. That's where we like to put everybody. That way everybody can comment and kind of come through in the comment section and everything. Yeah, cool. Thank you, G Paul. Yeah, those are some good questions. I don't know so much about if they got a wait list right now, because a few posts that I've shared out on Facebook, at least, have been a call to action for a couple of additional vendors, like they have a little bit of extra space. So, being that it's local and it's brand new, I think they got a little bit of openings coming through at the moment. Now, again, that was a couple weeks back. I don't know if that's changed any at all, and it very well could have. So, yeah, but yeah, it's a great opportunity. I was intrigued to know that they would ask something of that nature. Like give me the time of the day, because I still feel so new to this the industry, kind of in a way of like media and marketing and touching base and communicating with people. So it's yeah, as new as it is, I feel very blessed to have the opportunity to tune in and tune in with them and learn and experience the back side of like expos and things of that nature, because there is, for those of you guys that are out there that do vend, you see you see the final production a lot of times. You go to expos, that's the final production. You don't see a lot of the back end stuff that goes to build up to that. So you don't see a lot of hey, we got to get our vendor list together. Hey, we got to make sure we have alternatives. We got to make sure we have this and that and everything of that nature. So it's definitely interesting to pick someone's brain from the host slash presenter forefront position. So we'll give you guys as much detail as they're willing to share. Hopefully they can kind of give a good snapshot of everything. So that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, any new changes? I did see G-Paul, I did see in the comments in one of the groups that you're pretty fortunate, man. You had a little clutch of eggs pop out for you, man. That's awesome. That was good to see. And big congrats to you. Hopefully you can hit that 58, 59 day mark and start seeing some babies pop out. I know it's 60 days estimated. I know for me, I'd be so eager. I'd be trying to cut them early and everything, and just you got to keep reminding yourself, no, hey, cool, that's cool. 8 egg clutch, that's awesome. Wicked. What's up, Third Coast? Good to see you. Awesome that you've had now he's got 18 clutches down. Oh, and look, there's Jody. Clutch as we speak. Hey, if you guys want, throw out the pairing. All of you. If you want to guys list the pairing that you made, and mom and dad and everything. That way, everybody kind of knows what's rocking and rolling over there. Because I'm sure, hopefully, I mean, granted, as long as there's no secret projects or anything like that, maybe it's something that people can be kind of privy to watch and see, and might be something that they might be interested in the future, for sure. So depends. That it really definitely depends on like average hatch weight, because sometimes you get a twin situation and one of the twins doesn't develop, so it turns into a mass, and then you end up with a 60-gram hatchling. So I mean, it happens sometimes. It'd be awesome if they average a consistent 135 every time. Double het clown pie to an Odie Batman. Hey, that's a good pairing. That's a good pairing. There's definitely a market for the clown stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you, G-Paul. That's awesome. Awesome. Good to see. Who's your daddy, Clutch? Listen, Jody, that's the same situation I'm in, right? She's not laying yet, and yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, I'll know for sure on who the father is, because one of the males has pinstripe in it. So if I have some pinstripe pop out, being that it's such a strong gene, strong trait, I'll know exactly what's going on. Who we got here? John 20598. I'm not. Are you over from Instagram? Hopefully, it's good to see you. Great to pop you in. Banana pie to champagne. Hey, listen, bananas and pies and champagnes. There's a market for it. There's definitely a market for it, for sure. Third Coast pinstripe clown het hypo to a pixel red stripe G stripe. Okay, that's awesome. That's some big genetics floating around in there, for sure. Oh, okay. I got you, G-Paul. So you weighed each of the eggs and everything like that? Gotcha. Jody said twin situation happened recently. Yeah. They come out. They look so tiny when they come out. For that reason. I mean, like most twins, if you have a success and both of them hatch out and everything like that, you have such a low hatch weight, and I just always makes me nervous. Yeah, he's showing off a little bit over there with all his genetics. I like it though. Listen, I'm a pinstripe fan, and taking it to some red stripe, G stripe stuff. That's pretty wicked. But he's like he said, he pixel pins. That'd be interesting to see for sure. Good to see you, Nick. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. We are down an elusive Satchmo tonight. He is under the weather currently, so unfortunately, we are flying solo, and this is the first time I'm flying solo in the driver's seat. The couple of times where he's gotten called into work, he's still um, had the driver's seat and been able to like kind of pop in and add stuff for me and everything like that. Um, and so this is a whole other look at things from my perspective, doing it solo. So, but it's good to see everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's Memorial Day weekend and today, everything like that. So, thank you for popping on with me, and livening up the chat and everything like that. So. I know I was kind of late to the party with the post and everything like that. So you guys are very appreciated. Those are still coming. Hey, listen. Eager to see them when they do. Exactly. Eager to see them when they do, Third Coast. For sure. All right, let me see. Do we got anybody else? Oh, yep. So everybody's off IG currently. Everybody's over on YouTube. It's great to have you guys in. Let me think here. Any new purchases? Anybody making new purchases in the past couple weeks? Getting any new snakes in or new infrastructure? That's another thing that we don't talk a lot about is infrastructure. So did you guys get any new like materials or anything like that for build outs or anything? Buy a new rack system, something of that nature? I know for myself, other than the new rat tubs that I got to give a shot to, I'm kind of holding in place at the moment. Jody, I'm not familiar. I don't know what you meant by that. Are we talking a different species there? Bush-veiled albino female. Hmm. And then Third Coast saying Uncle. Oh, okay. Uncle Warren. What do you mean by that, Third Coast? Just a fancy. Hey, fancy house. I know you got a thing for the house snakes. I know Carl has a couple of yours and everything like that. And from what he's told me, they're doing. Oh, okay. Business name for their line of house snakes. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we're talking house snakes. That's cool. That is cool. Cool. Yep. You guys are tuned in with each other. That's awesome. Um, that's awesome though. I'm not privy to a lot of different. Okay. I got you now. Thank you for giving that clarity. Um, what is his name? WSK. Okay, gotcha. Thank you for that because I felt like a kind of a little bit out of the loop there for a second and didn't know what was going on. But that's awesome. I know house snakes are kind of making a surge in certain areas and things like that. It gives opportunity for a smaller snake species. Um, from what I gather, they make great pets. Overall, they're a really good pet quality snake to keep around. So definitely eager to see the future in which you take those, Jody. That'd be awesome. Let's see here. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna run a couple of ads here really quick to kind of break up a little bit of some things and all that. If you guys do, by chance, want to hop on, just let me know. Shoot me a message, and I can bring you guys up, and we'll go from there. So, let's see.
ReptileAds.com is the modern marketplace for buying and selling reptiles, amphibians, and exotic pets. Built by Purple Turtle Technologies, we're creating the most trusted platform in the industry. Join thousands of breeders and collectors on the most trusted reptile marketplace. List your animals, connect with buyers, and grow your business with Reptile Ads. Enjoy our easy access to stores as well as a genetic calculator for your convenience. Stop by and check us out today.
Awesome. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm sure it's been kind of pushed out everywhere, but Reptile Ads is a great platform. Overall, they are one of our sponsors for this year. Good overall, great guys. They do well. If I'm not mistaken, they started kind of doing their own thing and chatting people up and really kind of expanding their footprint quite a bit. Awesome. Good to see Third Coast that you've worked with them before as well. That's cool. I mean, and it's always nice to know that we got some people who have like touched base with certain companies, and you guys can both personally attest to the quality that they bring, as far as what you guys are looking for. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I got some new sprouts going. Finally planted my cucumbers and tomatoes. Took me forever. I'm gonna be very late season with both of them, which is great. That's fine. I don't mind. But been putting it off because we've had a lot of cold weather coming through Indiana. So we finally got a really hot day today. Was able to successfully mow the grass. We've had like nonstop rain for the past like week and a half, and it's been just unbearable. So it's just finally getting back to being the way it should be leading into summer. Hopefully, hopefully we can have some good weather, moving forward from this point. But yeah. Overall, let me think here. What else do we got going on? I'm drawing a blank. Anybody got any shows coming up, vending shows coming up that they're going to be doing here in the next couple of weeks, months, maybe? Again, super excited for the opportunity. We got one coming to us local. If everything goes to plan, Saks will actually be vending, and I will be floating around videoing majority of it, and hopefully we'll be able to pop in and kind of catch him on camera, catch him in his element, and everything. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'll be kind of a super nerd with the camera, running around, taking pictures and videotaping everything, and hopefully we'll see some success and start to draw people in from kind of a lot larger of a range and footprint. We're kind of right there, the corridor between Indiana and Ohio, right there on the border. So you can draw a crowd for sure. You don't have a very far drive from like the northern parts of Kentucky, Ohio, and like the other side of Indiana. It's at max couple hour maybe to get to us. So we should in the future be drawing a pretty decent crowd from that location. But yeah, everybody that can attend that's close to us, I highly recommend attending. If you guys, I know most of you guys aren't too close to us. A lot of you guys are way off in other states and everything like that. But we look forward to you guys being around and available in the comments and seeing all the content that's coming, because we're definitely trying to do a lot to try to draw in a different way, draw a lot more media into our thing. Let's see here. Colubrid Fest in September. And if it was probably not vending, but definitely coming vending. Okay. It's September. Okay. What do you know what weekend that is, Jody? In September. Up here in our neck of the woods, that'd be cool. and then the NARBC St. Louis in November, which Carl said when he attended that show, he said that's a show to go to. He said it's worth attending. It's a good layout overall and everything like that. And he said he definitely has plans in the future. If he can get on that circuit, that'd be perfect. And I'll have to check it out for myself. I definitely believe that it'd probably be something pretty cool. But yeah, the Colubrid Fest. I'd be interested. I'd be interested to see what that's all about. Because I do have a thing for king snakes. I do like some king snakes. So I might be, and by September, I might be in the market to pick up a different species. It really just depends. Mainly, once I get a clutch out or two and things like that for the year, and if they move quick and we can kind of reinvest some of those earnings back into the infrastructure, into our program and everything, I would be eager to see that evolution moving forward, to get into those other species and truly pick. I know that I talk about it a lot on here with you guys of the potential for what direction I should take and things like that, as far as like what species should I add in, what things would people be eager to see. Evansville. Okay. Evansville is about, I want to say about 4.5 hours from us. So that I might be able to swing something like that. It really just depends. If I plan ahead, I'll more than likely be able to go down that way, just to check it out. I know it's a pretty decent drive, but overall, yeah, overall it'd be pretty cool. What's up, Brave? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. And then there goes. Oh, so for the show, for this show or for the vending expo. So I'm not vending yet. I haven't quite got all my materials yet. So for me, I'm not where Sash is. Sash is a couple steps ahead of me. I have been in a rebuild phase like crazy. So I've been, really trying to like reinvent and reinvest within myself a lot more. And I'm not quite to the vending aspect yet. I haven't got any of like my displays, none of my banners or nothing like that. So we will. I know it's coming. It's just not. I'm not quite to that step yet to start making those purchases. I want to get back to successfully breeding again before I start to kind of transition into investing into the vending and everything like that. I want to get my infrastructure 100% dialed in before I start moving forward with it. And definitely, I'll be honest with you guys, feeder wise, I have seen a slowdown in my production just a little bit, not like crazy amounts, but I'm still breaking even. But based off the math that I was doing and the figures that I had initially figured, I should be thriving and putting a lot more in the freezer than what I am. So I'm like, oh no. I was like, any bit more tension on the colonies, and I'll be kind of searching to reinvest into more feeders, which I'm sure most people have been in that situation, especially if you breed your own. But yeah, it's been an uphill battle for me over here, of trying to get back into the swing of things and get reinvested in a positive way. I've been slacking a little bit more than what I probably should have. Taken a couple of just maintenance days, not so much doing a lot of the social media stuff, but your online presence is definitely big to the future of your business a lot of times, because you got to market and you got to be able to market far and wide. I know a lot of it's word of mouth and like, hey, he's a good guy, handshakes here and there and everything like that. But you definitely got to give off an authentic presence, and it's got to be widespread a lot to be able to kind of penetrate into markets that might not necessarily be as upfront and familiar with you, especially like the wholesale market, the local pet store market, things like that. Because as amazing as that would be, locally we have one pet store, and I don't know so much that they would even be in the market to work with anybody that's local truly, because they say that they're good. They don't need any more, more additions to their ball python breeder stable, I guess. And from what I remember, there was some controversy about one of the workers was funneling their supply in over everybody else's, giving everybody else the fair shake. So I don't know if that's still true, but that was something that was going on with our local pet shop in the past. So I'll be in the realm of that once I actually start producing more, rather than just buying. But yeah, overall, I would love to see some Third Coast stuff. I know I've been seeing some IG posts a couple of times. I've popped in. You got some clutches that have rolled through and hatched out, and they look really good overall. But I don't know. Maybe if you're vending some of the shows that I might be attempting to make it to this year, we might be able to cross paths. Are you by chance going to Daytona this year? Anybody in the comments going to Daytona this year? Because I definitely have already planned accordingly, and I will be in Daytona, not from not vending, but attending for the first time ever a Daytona show, and I'm eager to see it. I'm excited to see it because that's that's an upper echelon of like expos that you go to, and I don't know how to other to look at it other than kind of like from like a fan standpoint, because you always see people with their videos and they post and everything like that of these big shows, and you're like oohing and ahhing and everything like that. What's up, Dennis? Good to see you. But yeah, I ooh and ah and keep carrying on with the best of them about it all. So I don't know if I will. I'm going to try to get all of those nerves out initially before I go, so that I can be more analytical about the show, because it's that next level beyond the local stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to not lose my mind fanning over like how awesome it is just to be there and just to be able to experience it. And hopefully we'll just be able to just sit back and like, okay, let's take it all in. Okay, what does this person do? How does this person operate? And how does the flow of the show work? And look around at some of the other, customers. There are people coming in, to actually buy, or people coming in to just, network and things like that. So hopefully we'll be able to start doing something like that, because I'm like a major reptile nerd, so I'll like peek and peer and just ooh and all over all of it. So Hurricane Pixels, couple days, really good look. Yep, definitely those are some wicked sounding snakes for sure. Be interesting to see once they shed out what they really truly got going on. And I know that everybody's like, well, you can't really base it off it when they're babies. You got to base it off what they may look like when they get older and everything like that. I'm like, sure, that sounds great and well, but pattern overall is pattern. Pattern mutations are great, and both of those are some wicked traits to have messing around in some snakes. So I don't think they're going to turn out bad, and I think they're going to hold true as they keep moving forward of being some absolute bangers, no doubt. Yeah, you're right. They're supposed to be fun, and I can't take the fun out of it. You're right, absolutely. I don't know. I've lately been trying to. I enjoy myself a little too much sometimes, so I've been trying to be very mindful in the sense of not letting my brain just kind of like ADHD itself out. Let it wander too much and just start like, oh, I could do this and this and this and this and this, and just start, and then ultimately get distracted. I want to be able to like appreciate the hustle and bustle and the flow and everything like that. So trying to be a little bit more analytical for me is actually me trying to like say, hey, calm down a little bit. You're having too much fun. You're starting to stem out a little bit too much. It's kind of what I was meaning by that. Is that I don't want to lose my mind too much of too much fun. I definitely am going to enjoy myself, no doubt about it. Um, and overall, I think it'll be fascinating to meet some people, to talk and chat and see kind of what's out there. See those people from those other states and other places and things like that. A lot of the local shows that we end up going to are you get a similar vendor sense. Like a lot of vendors that do the local circuits and stuff like that, they're the same vendors that you'll see. Some of them will be the same in Indianapolis that they are in Cincinnati. So you'll see them kind of overlap a lot. But overall, it's still a great experience, and you can start to build that close relationship with those people, which is phenomenal. But it'd be interesting to see kind of what it's like elsewhere, what it's like on the larger scale, because you're going to get people pouring in from kind of all over the place, not so much just your local people or your consistent people that you always see. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I definitely am going to go and enjoy myself, hopefully. And again, I really fingers crossed hope I can maybe wear Carl down to go with me. I'd like to be able to for us both to go, and everything. I know that he's got some life stuff going on and family and everything like that. So it's hard to be able to commit to it, which is perfectly understandable. That maybe if I can kind of keep talking him up, we might both be able to attend in August, which would be awesome. So. Or if he can't attend in August, maybe pop him in on a live stream and I'll be down there and then he'll be up here and then we'll be able to like kind of chat each other back and forth and he can live vicariously through the phone with, with it also. Be pretty cool. Be pretty cool overall. But yeah, let's see here. Uh, we got things just rocking and rolling for the day. Any new pairings that you guys might be making, moving forward? I know we're kind of really heavy hitter into the breeding season. A lot of people are just kind of waiting around on clutches. Any anticipation of some up and comers that you have? I know some people breed all year long. Some people have a set season that they run. But any new things coming about for you guys that really got you excited and amped up, that just absolutely just blow you away, and you're hopeful that they actually produce? I know for me, we'll kind of flip some credit over to Carl. He blessed me with a female that is breed ready. She's in what is she? ODYB Het DG Het Pied, female. And he said, I don't have any direction for it yet, but I know that you have more DG stuff and you have more Pied stuff that might line up a little bit better for you. So whatever you decide you want to do, flip me just some options and things like that, and we'll work something out. So I am grateful for him for that. I took a blackhead inchy Het Pied male to her. So hopefully the odds gods play in our favor. We will see some really awesome blackhead inchy ODYB pieds that are het for DG if everything goes successful. Granted, you got a higher likeliness of producing just some double hets again as a possible double het situation, but we'll see. Who we got? Paint, some more paint puzzle eggs. Okay. Actually, about 20 days. That's awesome. Definitely post them up, and we'll check those out on the page there. What's up, Vision Quest? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Adding bang into everything. Picked up. Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with that trait too much. What is your appeal to that trait in particular, Third Coast? What drew you to wanting to add that into a bunch of stuff? I know that people people say it's a good trait to mess with. It's not something that's been worked heavy, hard, and rode hard and put up wet, as they would say. So it'd be interesting to see your take on it. What made you say, hey, I want to add this in? Um, okay, okay. So okay, yeah, I mean that makes sense. So it has that DG effect, and you don't have to chase chase back for it. It is a codom trait, correct? Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. I mean, let's uh let's peruse the. Oh, okay, there you go. I was gonna say I was actually gonna pull up your little the bio on a morph market, but that's cool. That's cool. So you get the DG effect without having to do the heads. That's pretty nice. I see your appeal for it now. That makes sense. Might be something I might be coming to you for later and later on down the line. Now, question: if you put them together, you put DG and Bang together. Has anybody done that? And if they haven't, are you planning to do that to really amplify those effects? I'm not asking you to give away all trade secrets. I mean, obviously, but something that my brain immediately stemmed to. It's like, okay, well, if it does what DG does, being that it's a codom, you put it with DG, does it enhance that much further the DG effect that you get? Which, I mean, yeah, you're probably right. I know a lot of us have a very similar mindsets in a sense where we think not necessarily exactly the same, but we do have similar thoughts about okay, well, if it does this, what if I put it to something that I know does the same thing? Does it amplify it? Does it negate it? Does it like where does it fall um, in the scheme of things? So, oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, definitely have to. And then what does the super? You said it's a codom, so what does the super form look like? Is it riding in then like I say an allelic combo, or does it fall under like its own thing? Um, and does it really? Which I mean I'm asking all these questions like I don't have Morph Market sitting right in front of me, um, which we can always pop in and go for a reference, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Might as well, we're talking about the bang trait. Might as well kind of pull some information so I got some clarity myself. Let's see here, right there. Okay. Yep, definitely pulling it up right now, for sure. So yeah, let's see here. Doesn't give. Bang was originally formed in Africa. Um, Sterling Nelson imported the original Bang mail from Africa. Um, May 5th of 2014. Um, Emphasized he paired him with a few recessives, clowns, and pieds. Um, Dark tan color for the head, banded alien heads, dorsal over the dorsal alien heads that are completely free of eyes. So there's no eyes in the alien heads on the bang. Um, let me see here. If I can. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it really good. but that's the original Bang male that came in. So whenever you search it on Morph Market, Morphopedia, this is the original Bang male that came in from Africa, which he has very intense orange blushing on his sidewalls and everything of that nature. So I like it. Third Coast, I think, and I mean even to the super form, really amplifies that orange color, for sure. Are you planning to? Question for you. You said it gives that DG effect. Are you planning to put it with something that has fire in it? Yeah, I agree with you. I'm eager to see what you do with the trait, man, for sure. I mean, because even as I'll be honest with you, I just somebody's got an aged up picture on here. Even with it aged up, it looks phenomenal. I mean, it really does overall. But definitely, I mean, just for reference photo here. Let's see if it'll focus. That's a fire Bang right there. The amount of like DG look that has, wicked, truly wicked. So I see your point. I definitely see your point to want to work it and mess with it. Yeah, for sure. Gonna put it with everything, right? Yeah. I don't blame you. You know, when you find something that you just like really kind of can commit to as a trait to mess with, full send, just full send all the way. I agree with you on that, especially in those photos because even that fire Bang that they have in the photo has some age to it even. So with that being said, it's you got to look at it from the perspective of, okay, this is an aged up photo. It's not a hatchling, right? So you can only imagine if it's aged like that, what's it going to look like long term? If that's the look that it's got after it's been aged up, it'd be hard to walk away from. Be a hard trait to not say, yep, let's do it. So I'm with you. I get it completely. I would probably more than likely be in the same boat, just for the sake of having it. But I got too many traits as it is right now. So once I can kind of work through the collection that I have and truly start to elevate, then I'll start to reach out and grab some other codoms and some other recessives and things like that. So for me personally, I like the direction and the focus that I have going forward, at the moment. And that brings my next question. You know, we had Matt with K&B on quite a few weeks ago, and he said the best thing to do. He quoted someone else. He said the best thing to do is to get big to get small again. Right? You breed to be able to replace a lot of animals, in your collection. Right? You produce some absolute smoke shows that can take the place of like 2 or 3 different animals in one snake. Right? Um, what does that mean to you guys? You know, moving forward, are you guys along that same scopes, or do you guys just love them all and keep everything and not let it go? I know for me, that's kind of because I'm such a smaller operation, and I want to keep myself in this category of being this smaller operation because I'm a one-man show. I want to be comfortable, and expanding any further than what I have right now would be problematic, right? So I'm currently up to, I got, I think, 30 snakes, 31 snakes, and it's comfortable, right? I have enough feeders, I have enough of a rotation, to keep them fed, keep them healthy, you know, keep everything rocking and rolling. And as I start to produce with them, I'll have the overhead where the hatchlings are concerned. That was my biggest thing. I didn't want to have too many breeders where I didn't have infrastructure for hatchlings. And I know that's a big one for a lot of people. Is if you're producing like crazy and you don't expect, you know, 5-10 egg clutches, and then you have 100% hatch rate, like you had a really like absolute amazing year, out of your collection, you know, that puts you like way up overhead. So for me, the way I look at it is one clutch is I'm good. I'm great. I would just love to produce another clutch again, because seeing eggs and taking females off of eggs is just so fascinating. You know, sitting that clutch in the incubator and just waiting and waiting and waiting, and then you get to actually see them come out, and you see the fruit of all the labor that you put in and everything like that, all the maintenance, all the, you know, cleaning poop and changing water and you know, scrubbing tubs and all. It all comes full circle when you get to produce those babies and absolutely just geek out and just be that, you know, person on the, you know, behind the camera as you're doing the egg cutting videos and everything like that, and just absolutely losing your mind. Which that brings up another point. We will be having some egg cutting videos as eggs are dropping, coming out. I did get, with that new video equipment that I got for the interview, I'm hopefully going to be able to kind of dual purpose that equipment, and if it works out, that'll be the equipment that I use for my egg cutting videos. So it'll be a very, very clear cut, nice picture. And I'm eager to see it. Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on that right there. You got a 15-day countdown, chomping at the bit. I'm sure of it. You're just like, yeah, he's probably sitting on his calendar, just marking days off, marking days off, marking days off. I know I would be. I know that once that clutch does pop, if everything goes to plan, granted, I don't want to count my eggs before they hatch or anything like that. But if that clutch drops, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to put myself, you know, mark the date and wait and start marking the days off the calendar and just doing my countdown and building that anticipation for everything. So it'll be fascinating once that all comes full circle for us. I know we got only about a couple more minutes. I think I was going to cut it kind of short tonight, let everybody kind of get back to their families and things like that. And being that it's just me flying solo for the night, figure I can't really stretch 2 hours out of it as much as what I'd like to. I know that's what you guys are typically used to, but I think we're going to call it at the 1 hour mark, just so that, you know, you guys got the rest of your evening and everything like that, and that way I can get on and get over and check on Satch and make sure he's doing okay and everything like that. So as always, guys, we appreciate everything that you guys have always done for us. You're amazing. You're wonderful. And we love the continued support. We love the comments that you guys give, because you guys give us talking points a lot of times, and those talking points really kind of allow for conversations to stem out. If you guys want, shoot me some messages and, you know, private messages and things like that, and we can chat even further. I would definitely appreciate it. I know that I'm as absent as from socials as I have been. I don't want to be as absent. I'd love to be more invested into the, you know, the future and the community and things like that. So don't hesitate, you know, send me some messages and we can talk up some subjects and really chat things out. Moving forward, I don't mind the conversation. I kind of long for it, honestly. I know Satch is always like, man, my phone just blows up like crazy. I always get messages and always get, you know, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, man, it's awesome that you have that people can trust you in that sense, that they'll just hit you up and say, hey, what's up, man? You know, how you doing? What's this? What's that? Ask you some questions, you know, pick your brain and things like that. I would love to have it. I would love to have it. I know it's a two-way street, and I haven't done such a great job myself. So just be on the lookout, guys. I might reach out to you and you know, kind of pick your guys' brain on some things and maybe get a grasp of like my future in the game, you know, future in the industry. I would love to see, you know, that further advancement of community and everything like that for myself, especially. You know, I'm not trying to be, you know, self-righteous or entitled by any means, but I've been I've been floating in and out a lot, and I don't want to float in and out so much. I would love to be able to just kind of stay consistent with it, with you guys and the whole picture. But has anybody seen any new movies lately? I did actually just yesterday catch the Mandalorian Grogu movie. It was not bad, I will say. I'm not like a huge Star Wars buff myself, but overall, kind of I would give it credit to be a standalone movie, because it doesn't necessarily. You don't have to watch the other Star Wars movies to understand it. You do for the sake of like the lore and the understanding of what like the clones are and who the Mandalorians are and things like that. So you got to watch a little bit to understand just some backstory. But overall, a good movie. Had some cool monsters in it and everything like that, which is pretty cool. I will give credit to the effects of the CGI that they put into it. Um, they gave it a pretty good overall feel. The director um, made good choices and executed the movie very well overall. So, what about you guys? Anybody seen any kind of cool movies? Anybody seen the new Michael Jackson biopic? Anybody seen the new Mortal Kombat movie? I think just recently came out as well. Has anybody seen that? If you have, let me know about it because I've been considering going to see that myself. I'd love to know if it was any good, personally. Cool, cool. But yeah, yeah. So well, guys, we're coming up on that. Like I said, coming up on the hour mark. Taking your boys to see it, and see, Dennis. That's what I think I'm going to do too. My son, he likes Mortal Kombat. And he's like, Dad, can we go see the new Mortal Kombat movie? I'm like, yeah. I was like, I think that'd be a good idea. So I think I'm gonna take him this week. I was kind of just trying to get a little bit of context before I actually took him, how like gory it was, or how like just hey, I shouldn't take your kids to see that or whatnot. But he's 11 and he plays Fortnite and all the other video games and all that kind of stuff. So he's kind of exposed to it a little bit in a sense, and he doesn't have that kind of chronic obsession mindset in a sense. He can very much so understand that that's all just like fantasy and not actual reality, which is great. Um, but yeah, circling back to it, guys. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know I kind of last minute you guys on the show tonight, but prayers up to Satch. Hopefully he starts feeling better so we can get him back next week for us to chat up about the interview that we did, and things like that, and really kind of bring everybody in and expand further on the future of the show and how we're rocking and rolling. I know we've been doing great and really trying our best to be as consistent as possible, and we've done a really good job overall. And I give credit to all of you guys for staying loyal and tuning in. I give credit to him for being an amazing host alongside me and all of our back end support, all of our sponsors. Huge shout out to Dirty Bay Reptiles. He's that kickoff. He's that first sponsor that we had for the show. He saw the potential. He saw the vision. And Garrett, I thank you a million for everything that you do for us. Another shout out to some of our other sponsors, Ribbons Forge Clown Factory, G Paul. Mrs. G. Paul, thank you guys so much for always staying loyal and tuning up with us. Val, the White Feather Boss, thank you so much for doing your part with us, sharing everything out and giving us that love and affection. Brother, we appreciate you. Big Worm Genetics. Robert, dude, you're awesome. Hopefully, I know you mentioned that you were going to be in Daytona. Hopefully, I can actually get down there and actually meet you in person. Love to take a picture, snap a photo, maybe have dinner or something like that. If you do end up going, let me know. Shoot me a message, man. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Big Worm, for being a sponsor of our show. Obviously, we got Reptile Ads. Those guys over there do a phenomenal job. They're building a great community. It's a great asset. If you guys are not part of Reptile Ads, you probably should sign up. It is something that's really cool. Gives you that alternative to the other. Let me think here. Who else do we have on our sponsor list? I think that's everybody. I think I got them all. Yeah, I think that's all of our sponsors. As always, if I missed somebody, I apologize. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for all the support you give. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for bearing with me on this solo adventure for the night. Again, prayers up to Satch. prayers up to you all. Thank you guys so much. We love you guys. And that'll do us for the night. You guys have a great evening, and enjoy Memorial Day. Go celebrate and cherish those memories of those people who served and served this great nation and served us, and provided this sense of freedom that we do have. So huge shout out to everybody for doing their part. Thank you guys. And that's it.